I don't know if you can hear me. Please confirm whether you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Because I'm in a very remote part of India, in central India, on a few days of vacation, but I was very keen to be able to participate with all of you. And I do hope you hear me. The connect little saying, it's a pleasure to be old friends. Henry Wang is someone whom I've met many years ago, and Senior Colonel Chaubo, as well as Professor Chien Feng, friends whom I have known for many years. And I think it's excellent that India and China can continue to have communication with each other, even when the political situation is a little difficult. I'm also very happy and thankful to Synergia Foundation for this opportunity. And I'm delighted to see my old friend from JNU, Professor Kondapalli. Let me start by saying that unfortunately, the events of 2020, April and May, have breached some of the trust which was built up between India and China for a very long time, starting as far back as 1976, and then over the decades right up till 2020. The spirit of Wuhan and then Chennai, which saw the informal summits between Minister and are unfortunately broken by military of 2020 when these events that took place on our border in what we call Eastern Ladakh. So I guess we have to start from there. What we need to be doing when we talk about how India and China move forward, I think is we need to rebuild the understanding which existed continues today and confident that conversations like having to trust. Of course, it also needs to expand to conversations between, but I believe that
I think Ambassador Bambavale may have gotten disconnected. Our technical team will ensure that we can connect with him. Yes, no. Ambassador, can you hear us?
You can hear me now again.
We can hear you. Yes.
Sorry, I can. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's a little up and down from this remote part of central India. So I think we need to rebuild that trust, and we can only do that, I believe, one, by restoring the status quo ante our border areas, two, by continuing to talk to each other like we are doing today, and therefore I welcome this opportunity. You will see, my friends from China, that India has not taken any predetermined steps. We have ensured that trade and investment between our two countries continue earlier, and therefore, in 2021, we have had the highest trade level between our two countries. You will also see that we have continued to work with countries in organizations like BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So we continue to work with China, with Russia in the SCO as well as in BRICS, and we have not, thought of cutting our ties with those very important organizations. So I believe that India has taken a very practical approach to our relations with China. But at the same time, we have no doubt at all, and I think none of us have any doubt, that there is a lack of trust between our two countries which needs to be repaired, and that can only be done slowly over a period of time with conversations like this, but also extending to governments. But let me also say that as far as India is concerned, it is very difficult to divorce the situation on the border from the rest of the relationship. In fact, that will not happen. As far as we are concerned, there is no division between the border and the rest of the relationship, and therefore we will have to ensure that there is peace and tranquility on the border if the rest of the relationship has to move ahead to build further trust and understanding between our two countries. Let me also say that the way to build trust will be to show militarily that there is a desire for disengagement and de-escalation on our borders, because that is not good for either India or for China. It is not good to keep large numbers of troops in close proximity to each other on the border in India's north and in China's Xinjiang province. So as we move ahead, I believe that important to each other, and therefore myself that I have opportunity to speak to many of my friends in China. But at the same time, my message to all of you, Director Wang, as well as Senior Colonel Chaubo and Professor Chien Feng, is that we all need to work very hard to restore the trust which was broken by the events which happened on our border in June of 2020, where several of our military soldiers on both sides died in the process. So let me, because of the bad connectivity, I want to bring my remarks to a close soon and hold hand. I can hear all of you clearly. I do hope that you were able to hear me, but I'd like to once again highlight my message that there is a severe lack of trust between our two countries at this point of time. The work of several decades was washed away, and what happened on our border was a very important turning point or an inflection point. India has taken a very practical approach to India-China relations. We have kept the rest of the relationship reasonably steady. But at the same time, let me say that events on the border will impact the rest of the relationship, and it could deteriorate if we don't, all of us, work hard together to rebuild the trust which existed before 2020. I'm going to stop there and hand it back to you, Zoom. Thank you.